I spent about 4 years living in Australia and recently came back to Japan. And then something strange happened. All these things that used to feel completely normal to me suddenly started looking interesting. Australia was beautiful. The sky was wide, nature was everywhere, and everything felt so relaxing. But after coming back to Japan, I started to feel that Japan has its own kind of beauty too. Apparently, the ninja inside me is up to something. Today's mission is to get my very first bonsai tree. And honestly, I'm pretty excited. But since this is my first bonsai, I can't just buy one and pretend I know what I'm doing. Right now, all I have is enthusiasm, super massive motivation, and a mysterious admiration for the word bonsai. So, before buying one, I wanted to see some proper examples and find out what kind of tree I actually like. That's why I decided to visit Showa Kinen Park, located in western part of Tokyo. Inside this park, there is a beautiful Japanese garden, and inside that Japanese garden, I heard there is also a bonsai exhibition area. As a ninja, my intelligence gathering was perfect. Let's go. The entrance fee was 900 yen for 2 adults. That was cheaper than I expected, so my wallet didn't have to go on an extreme diet. Also, children were free. Very kind to kids, and reasonably kind to adult wallets. Once we entered the park, there was an announcement. Apparently, someone had left their car hazard lights on. The announcement was asking the owner to go back to their car and turn them off. That's actually very kind. In some countries, your battery might just quietly die. But in Japan, even your car gets a polite reminder. Since Hiro Himeo's party was also here, I'm pretty sure there were no monsters nearby. So, we could continue the bonsai mission safely. After walking for about 15 minutes, we finally arrived at the Japanese garden area. As soon as we passed through the very traditional looking gate, we entered a world of quiet beauty and wabi-sabi. No flashy signs or no loud music. Japanese gardens are powerful. They don't speak loudly. But somehow they completely win the room. And then we arrived at the bonsai exhibition area. There were signs explaining how bonsai are made and the different styles of tree shapes. For a beginner like me, it was basically a ninja scroll. I pretended to understand everything while reading very carefully. First, let's take a look at the tiny baby bonsai displayed indoors. Even though they were in such small pots, they already looked incredibly beautiful. A tiny pot, a little bit of soil and moss, and one thin little tree, that's all. But somehow, a whole world was already complete. Normally you might think, that's not much material. But with bonsai, it becomes, wow, such a beautiful empty space. That difference is amazing. And honestly, looking at them made me think, maybe I can do this too. It's the same dangerous confidence you get after watching a cooking video and believing you might become a chef tomorrow. Now, let's move on to the main event, the bigger bonsai trees. Every single tree looked impressive. There was no sign saying exactly how many years they had been in their pots. But even as a total beginner, I could tell that most of them were probably older than me. At this point, they weren't just trees. They were like quiet masters sitting in pots. There were Japanese maples, Japanese white pines, black pines, zelkovas, plum trees, and many other kinds of bonsai. As I looked around, I slowly started to understand what kind of tree I was attracted to. First, the black pine. It has that classic "this is a bonsai" feeling. It just looks so cool. It's small, but it somehow has the energy of a mountain boss. Then there was the Japanese white pine. Very calm, very elegant, and very mature. It doesn't say anything, but somehow it feels like it's telling me, "Young one, do not rush. Pick up right one like Pokemon." And then the Japanese maple. I love how it changes its appearance with the seasons. Final conclusion. I want all of them. After enjoying the bonsai exhibition, we stopped by Ichiran for ramen on the way back and thought about which tree I should start with. After a great dinner, we went straight to a home improvement store. As soon as we arrived, I headed directly to the bonsai section. The houseplant section was very stylish and full of confidence. All the fashionable plants were basically saying, "Put me in your room and your lifestyle will instantly level up." Ch. But today, I wouldn't be distracted. A ninja does not forget the mission. In the end, I chose a black pine. This size cost me 1980 yen. Even if you buy some basic tools, it seems like you can get started for around 10,000 yen. What a nice, affordable hobby. Or at least, that's what I thought at the time. I'm pretty sure that's exactly what people say when they are standing at the entrance of Bonsai Rabbit Hole. It's about as reliable as someone starting fishing and saying, "I only need one fishing rod." Now, let's try taking care of it. The black pine I just bought had very long, messy leaves. Compared to the beautiful examples I saw at the Showa Kinen Park, it looked completely different. It wasn't exactly beautiful yet. It was more wild. More like a tree that had just been taken from the forest and was slightly confused. It was like comparing young shanks to current shanks. From here, I started removing unnecessary branches and leaves by copying what I had seen on YouTube. Since I'm a beginner, every cut made me nervous. I kept wondering, is this pruning or am I just attacking the tree? While fighting that anxiety, I slowly shaped it little by little. Then I moved it from the plastic pot into a ceramic pot. Just changing the pot made a huge difference. It was like changing from sweatpants into a kimono. The whole atmosphere changed immediately. Finally, I added some moss and it was complete. Behold! I can do bonsai too. I think this is probably one of those things where almost anyone can make it look decent. Bonsai, moss, and a ceramic pot. Once you have those three things together, they cover up lots of beginner mistakes. That is kindness of Japanese culture. But honestly, I'm very happy with the result. I'm excited to watch it grow little by little from now on. One day, I will make this black pine as grand as Elbaf. But of course, the first priority is simply not letting it die. Dream big, start with watering. After visiting bonsai exhibition and actually buying one myself, I realized something. A lot of people seems to buy houseplants, but I feel like there still aren't that many people who are interested in bonsai. You can see it clearly when you visit garden section of a home improvement store. Houseplants are always there, and there are many different kinds. Monstera, Pakira, snake plants. All the plants that look like they belong in a stylish room are proudly lined up. But what about bonsai? Even in a fairly large home improvement store, there are usually only a few. It's like a ninja quietly training in the corner of the store. Not very noticeable, but incredibly deep. It's a little sad, but I really hope bonsai becomes more popular one day. After coming back to Japan, things I used to take for granted have started to feel fresh and interesting. Bonsai is one of them. Inside one small pot, there is time, nature, and beauty. It's not flashy at all, but somehow you can keep looking at it. I'm excited to slowly enjoy this very Japanese hobby from now on. So, today's ninja mission was a success. Let's see how this black pine grows together. Thank you for watching. Ninja is always up to something.